Good morning, Flosstube. Pam, stitching between the lines. Today is Monday, June 28th, 2021, and I think this is Flosstube number 97. My calendar is in the big pile over here you can't see. When I work my way down to it, I will confirm the number, and I'll put the right number in the information when I post it. I have so much stuff to show you. Holy cow, I just made a little snippet that you won't see until I make a video later in July of a gift I made. So that's, I don't even know where it is. Oh, behind me on the floor, sorry. I need to get this pile off my lap, so we will start with some FFOs first. I have grumbled about needing to FFO some things, and they're cluttering up my space, usual. No, I decided, because they really were occupying the space, to get to it. So first off, the last installment of the Shannon Christine ornaments finally was released. There was the third pattern in December. So I had stitched that. I think this was in February, March. I stitched it, finished it just like the other ones. Here's another one, for example. I had finished them all the same and hung them on a garland that draped on my banister that heads upstairs. So I'm very relieved to have this done. Somewhere is one of the hooks I use to hang them. I don't know where. It escaped from my lap, sorry. So anyway, I got all 15 Shannon Christine ornaments done from the Ornament Club. So much happiness to say that. I also had this laying around forever. Lizzie Kate's Thanks. Yeah, I'll get it right side up. Well, part of the problem is, the pattern's right side up is this way, but then you're looking at the picture sideways. So I had stitched this ages ago. At this point, I can't even tell you what the fabric is, but finished it as a cube. I even had the cube cut and ready to go for a long time. I don't know. I had 3 selections of fabric, chose this one, made a wee little bow. I'm not really a big bow person. Had these, for whatever reason, buttons in my collection, so that's on there. So there, I made a cube, another cube. I do know how to do those. Learned from Mona years ago at Silver Needle, one of her methods. And then I have the Judy Odell. I have a couple Judy Odell finishing books. So anyway, there you go. Then I watched Susie Reno recently. Oh, and here's the hook. They're kind of cool looking hooks that I hang those ornaments from. They're like nicely proportioned to the size of ornament that they are. I watched Susie Reno, her most recent video, I think, and she talked about finishing with a squared off corner, and she said she'd do a tutorial or whatever. Would we be interested? Whatever. It's hard to do a tutorial by yourself. So I said, well, yeah. And then I thought, I know how to do that. I've made enough bags with a square bottom, for Pete's sakes. So I pulled out this piece, which had been languishing. Well, first of all, there's no excuse for how long this pattern languished. I got this pattern when it first came out in, I don't know, a long time ago. I don't see the date. It's a limited edition. I love a crock, the flags, Americana, the whole thing. Come on. I guess I couldn't find the right fabric for it forever, and then I put it on my Mania list the first time I ever did Mania, which was 2018, I think, and I stitched a little bit of it. I think it was still in the lineup in 2019. I don't know. It's exhausting. It's exhausting keeping track of the details. And I just did it, I don't know. Nothing felt right. So then I thought, well, shoot, I can do a square pillow, which I did. And, I do the thing where you do a seam in the back and then stuff it. And certainly in this case, I don't want a closure on there. So my closure never, even no matter how hard I try, my closure never comes out like perfect. Like, I don't know. Why does it need to be perfect? I don't know. There's clearly a pucker. I don't know. I could put something on it, but whatever. I don't know. Loved how it came out. So I stitched it on a piece of, I think it's called Beach Walk from, what is Leslie's dyed fabric name? I'll think of it. It'll come to me. And loved how it turned out. Just loved it. So there we go. I do know how to make squared off corners. This pattern, sorry, it's a limited edition. I don't believe you can get it anywhere unless you find it on the secondary market. Comes with some buttons to put on the corner. I didn't care for the buttons on the corner. I just made my little, just made the blocks and left them alone. I think mine is maybe stitched on smaller count too, as well, so that, I don't know, I thought they looked kind of distorted and funny. So yeah, I finished this in 2020, so maybe I did it in Mania 2019, I don't know. I only did Mania a few times, whatever. So that's done, and then I finally finished all of these, which I think it was in February, I pulled these out and just did them, stitched them all up, and was making them in beaded edge pillows slowly. Like I couldn't have made them any slower if I set my mind to doing them slow. So they came out and so nice. They're filled with walnut shells. They will make such cute little like bowl fillers. I love a beaded edge finish. The problem I was having with this was I stitched it with one thread and I made the edge, you have to sew all the way around all the edges with also one thread, and it's on 32 count, and I just had a really hard time, 32 count Ale by Picture This Plus. I had a really hard time seeing each thread loop to go through. So I don't know, it was tedious. That's what it comes down to. It was tedious. But I set my mind to it and I finished them all. Oops, that one has some fuzz on it. So let's just make our way through the collection. And when I hold them like this, it sort of pushes them round when that's not really the ultimate goal of how they should look. The itty bitty tiny ones. My watch keeps dinging. Oh dear. Isn't it cute? That is so cute. And finally this one. I love writing I love cursive writing. So the Stitcher Hood pattern. Loved it. Finally finished it. It was a start and a finish within a month. So it never went on my WIP calendar planner as a WIP. I never had to carry it anywhere. Which is nice, you know, but then FFOing it was kind of a challenge. I don't know why. I don't love FFOing, I guess. And then, if you recall, if you were here before, I decided, like, from Mania of 2020 till Mania of 2021, I was, all through the year, I was pulling out a project every week and working on it for a week. And I decided after Mania that it just wasn't always satisfying enough a week, especially on my really big projects, which I'm carrying like for years. So I decided to try and pick out a big project and work on it for a whole month, and to pull out a more minor project, which, you know, I have a few of. Things that I've stuck in my needs less than a week basket. So this, in June of 2021 here, I picked out pumpkins, which is a Lucas. I ordered it from mybobbin.com, which honestly, if you just go and peruse their website looking at cross stitch, it is eye candy. Seriously. I've ordered from them a couple times. I've done actual kits and I've done downloadables, and there's not ever been a problem getting anything. I don't know, this time I feel like the post office has settled down a little bit. I just don't know, though, the immigration, you know, the process of things coming through. But I do have something I purchased that came from Belgium that only took a couple weeks. So anyway, I don't think you should be afraid to try ordering from them. And I have communicated with them via email. And you can, even though it's in the Ukraine, I believe. There's English-speaking folks that work for them. It could well be all of them. I don't know. So anyway, pumpkins, I started, this was a 2020 Mania start. And in Mania, I got a little bit, just a little bit of some stuff done, just enough. And then at the end of Mania, of the 20 days of Mania in 2020, I picked this one back up and worked on it for a few more days. So anyway, got that, some of the leaves done. And then for a week, only once for a week between those two Manias, 2020 and 2021, I got it out and I worked on it. I actually might have worked on it for more like 10 days because I got this whole orange pumpkin done and the leaves that are associated with it. It is such a pleasure to work on this. I just love it. The thread is so well organized and the colors are pretty and the fabric is pretty. So I worked on it for it's not been quite a month. We have a few more days. And here's where I'm at. Isn't that awesome? I started right off with the green pumpkin, which actually was tough. I think I was having trouble with the symbols, distinguishing them. And when I look at the pattern, I can't follow the symbols to see the pattern emerging. I mean, you can see it's a pumpkin, but you can't quite tell that these colors are the dark that flow through it. So it's 8 pages of what is it, 11 by 17? It's not a standard letter size, it's legal size. So that was quite a lot, especially when the 4 pages came together because there's not the gray overlap, but I made my way through. And so I did this first, and then I've been working on this. So I actually, when I sit down to work on this, I'm making impressive progress. So in a month, in 4 weeks at this point, I got this done, I got this, and all of this. These are just some little hash marks to help me find my way across. So the page divide that divides the whole pattern in half runs right about down here. So this is a half. I have a whole half of it done, which is 4 pages of the pattern. And I'm working my way across here, across what would be the 5th page of progress. I believe it's page number 1, 2, 3, 4, page number 6. This is the outline of a leaf. I do not believe in this sitting that I will get any of the green out. I'll just go to the edge of the page. I don't want to wrap up around here either in case I've done something wrong. I don't want to totally encase that leaf yet. If I still have more time in the next few days to stitch, maybe I'll come up into here a little bit. So, progress. I made progress. And then the smaller piece I chose was, I talked about my agony with this piece last video, was Little House Needleworks Lakeside Lodge. It's done on a piece of Picture This Plus Mellow. Like, I spelled it wrong at first. 32 count. And this is the piece that just really killed me at 32 count. I was trying to do it 2 over 2, and it's just too thick. It was a struggle. When you watch the insert that I just made for my next video, the gift, that was on 32 count, Picture This Plus. Also an even weave, but I don't know if I'm Lugana, Joblin. I don't really know what these are. I have the little sticker that was on here, and it doesn't tell you what it was. So one of them, when it absorbs the dye, I think plumps up a whole lot, and the other one not so much. So this one was a struggle with colors not standing out. I changed the fence to the same color as the window trim. I actually ran a straight stitch, outline stitch around the door because I felt like it barely stood out. But I love it. It's just so stinking cute. I had to take out a tree because I goofed that up. I made big work out of this when I shouldn't have. I never change patterns. Down here in the sign, that's a bee. And it just didn't do anything for me, but I loved the flowers, so I put another flower in the sign. I love that little touch of purple. Love the border. The first time I showed this and talked about it, I thought I was going to leave the border off. That would have been nuts because it is so cute. Loved it. Love making that. stitching that. So Lakeside Lodge is done. That's been a long time whip. It was a Mania start. I'm pretty sure in this house, so 2020. I really didn't think it would take that long. It did. I don't know. I might have made it take longer than necessary. So let me move those. The pile is big, I know. So let me just do these. I feel like I'm going a little out of order, but I don't know. What's the order? I'm trying to group like products together. So here I am on July's whips. July, if I haven't said it already, is going to be a crazy month for us. My one daughter will close on her new house later this week, and we'll move her this weekend, which is also her birthday. And so that's July 4th weekend. And my other daughter's getting married in 3 weeks away from home. Like, I don't, maybe 5 hours. It's been a long time since we've driven directly there. She's getting married in the mountains, which is, we very much like vacationing, camping, and taking family vacations in those mountains. So it's kind of fun that we'll have a wedding there. But it's a little hard to plan a wedding long distance. So my July picks are Prim Village, which I was trying to do a house a month, and I kind of fell off the wagon there a little bit because I was sick of houses. I'm doing these Christmas colors, have talked about it many times, so we aren't going to rehash that this morning. I have 5 more houses to do. I'm going to try. I don't even want to say it. I get so tired. Like if I stitch one and think I have time, I should just go on and start the second, for that month. I don't even want to do it. We'll see. I thought maybe this would be an okay travel project. I think I can see without a magnifier. I don't know. I forget. I'm hoping. So there's that. I will try to do what I can do on that. And then no high expectations on success for this. But it's my Hawk Run Hollow, Farms of Hawk Run Hollow, which I've been working on for a few years. First time I ever did Mania, my goal was the big center part. The next year, which would have been 20, I don't know. Let's just not play that game. The next time for Mania was to get 2 blocks done, which I did. And then my objective last year, so these were Mania last year. My objective between the 2 Manias was to do 2 more blocks, which I did. And then in Mania, I worked on this one, which I have not finished. What I would like to do in the month of July this year is, and before the wedding, before all the company comes, is finish the block I started during Mania this year, which I've got the big pile of corn on his wagon. So I'm over halfway. Yay. I would like during this month of July to complete the rest of the boxes, like the frames, so that it's easier to sit down and actually work on a picture. Doing all that framing on 40 count takes a long time. So where am I? I got this one. Oh, yeah. Yay me. I got the horse and I have the produce down here that's growing, the crops. That's not so bad. I think I should be able to do that. And then I have part of this box is stitched. 1, 2, 3, 4 more whole ones to stitch. I feel like actually sitting down to do a block will be more satisfying. Oh, I just dropped it. More satisfying if I have that framework already done. It's on 40 count. I don't know what right this second. Probably something Picture This Plus, because that's how I roll. It might be in there. I bobbinate and put in little boxes when a project needs lots and lots of thread. It is on doubloon. 40 count. That's all I can tell you. It's nice. I like working on it. It's fine. I can do 40 count, but I need to wear like magnifiers plus cheaters plus use a magnifier. So anyway, I'm doing it with the DMC 1/2. I didn't say that, but that's what I'm doing. I have to bend over and pick up this Hawk Run Hollow. How can I just leave it in a heap on the floor? Before I know it, the cat will be trying to nest in it. We'll just, one more little peek since it's in my hand. There we go. What else? I haven't started anything. That's good, right? Well, okay, I did the gift. I started and finished. So starting and finished, in the last few months, I've done a variety of starts and finish that are done in a month before I need to put them on my whips. So yesterday I was sorting through patterns, looking for this and that. Nothing in particular, but just kind of looking for things, looking around. Just good to do, because sometimes you find out you have two of something. And I started pulling out things that were quick, little quick. So I'm going to make a basket or a box or whatever of quick little things that I can knock out quick, just because I want to do something different. Aren't these the cutest little things? And I saw this one, which comes with everything. It comes with the silk, and I love stitching with silk. And these little ditties are just satisfying enough. I ran across this one and thought that would be, I'd be able to do that. Sometimes when I'm doing something that I have an allotted time, I do not want to put it down for anything else, which is how it goes. I was like within an hour and a half of finishing Lakeside Lodge last night, and I almost stopped it because I wanted to work on pumpkins for an hour or two. I'm like, that's crazy. I was like, I had like a lot of the letters. I was just like, that's crazy. Just sit here and finish it. I don't know. So anyway, that would be cute. That's a cute one. And I had this one out. And this one I keep pulling out for years. This is a piece of wool, so you don't even stitch that. Isn't that cute? I love the, like, a little different element like that. So I need to just look around and find a pretty basket that's empty. I have a lot of baskets. A lot of them are in the decor somewhere. And then just stick in there things that are really genuinely would be a quick start and finish within a month. They don't ever have to go on my whip record, right? How's that? How's that for logic for starting new things? It may just satisfy my urge to start things, is to have a little something nearby. So my planner, I've been very good at keeping up my planner, and it's really pretty empty nowadays that I'm only working on like 2 things all month, plus my round robin. And but I have a good record. I've consistently kept since January of what my whips are, and here at this point I have 16 minus 1 for Lakeside Lodge, so I have 15. Nothing else is going to get done this month, but if I can force myself through those houses on Prim Village, we'll see. And then let me tell you, the wheels came off the bus since this last video. I lost all control of my purse strings. You know, I really never show purchases just because, I don't know. Well, I don't know what happened. I think over like sometime around Labor Day, it fell apart. And then I don't even know. I saw things. People showed things, and I saw things, and opportunities presented themselves. And Pam of Just Keep Stitching, Pam and Steph, showed that she purchased this, and she purchased it from a store in Belgium, this may well be a limited edition. I bought the last one. It is so gorgeous. Marjolaine Baston. This thing is 24.5 inches by 34.5 inches. Honest to God, the insanity. It comes with the fabric. It comes with the sorted thread. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I have another one of hers kitted up somewhere, I think. I thought. I don't know. I make no guarantees because whatever. Then, oh Lord, these aren't even in the order they occurred, I'm sure. I was watching Hand Stitch Maniac Brenda, who works on a lot of, she's working on, for example, Kingdom of Books. She's the one who could give the titles in English. Hang on half a second. I will revisit Kingdom of Books soon. It will be my monthly pick. But if you're familiar with it and you've watched me do it, then you have to watch Handwork Maniacs video number 74. About 18 minutes in, she goes over what the titles of the books are. I'm not even going to pretend to this be my personal information. I actually know somebody who's from the Ukraine and maybe could translate them for me, but COVID and all that, I don't know when I'll see her again, because she's in my circle of my way out circle. So anyway, anywho, Brenda was working on this and it just took my breath away. I don't know why. I don't know. And I try to put it out of my mind, and then she shows it again and I just can't stand it. First of all, I love bears. I like things with bears. The yellow house makes me think of the hotel in Yellowstone. And the fabric, holy crow. The fabric called for is shale, so I have a feeling this is just a function of photography, because isn't shale gray? I think I got some shale to see if indeed. And so then I put this on the back burner again because she got her fabric from Silk Weaver and then she did stuff to it, but it looks purple. Like I don't know, bleached it, faded it, dyed it. I don't know. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to recreate that, and I would wait I don't even know how long to get fabric. So I went to Hobby House Crafts. Oh look, I have the card. Hobby House Needleworks, which is a very popular online store, is a brick and mortar in my area. I'm so lucky. I have so many stores. So I went there, got the pattern, and then pulled threads and got fabric. So it's a piece of 28 count vintage brown from Seraphim. I struggled with the difference in color between the 32 and the 28, but I ended up ultimately getting the piece I thought would be the easiest, 28 count. Easier for me to stitch on. Like, I'm doing 40 count, so it's not like I can't do it. But it's what I decided. It's what I got. So Brenda's done. I don't know. She's further along than me. I've had to shop for threads at 3 different shops to get all of them. I wanted 2 of everything because I know I'm going to be stitching it with 2. Pretty, right? I don't have them on their rings, so you really can't get the full effect of all of them because there's a red that's not here. Country redwood I had to order. This one, maybe teal frost might not be in there. So anyway, but purple. My eye keeps going to that purple. So there was that pattern and fabric and thread and the whole thing. I had to do the whole thing. Still in the shopping bag. I brought them home in. So there was that purchase. Then on Facebook, probably, I saw something that said By the Bay Needle Art is no longer going to be designing, selling, closing, or Etsy at some point. I don't know. So I spent a lot of time looking through her patterns. I came across that piece of information twice. So I spent a lot of time looking through her patterns and trying to decide which one did I think I needed. And this is the one I really loved, but I'm I'm not buying 12 patterns. They're all 12 patterns at the price of whatever one pattern is times 12. Sorry, I had to pick that thread up. So I didn't, and I didn't, and I didn't, and I looked through my stash to see what I had, which I have a couple. Not any of their major big projects. I might have Nantucket Harbor. I don't know. It's long and thin. So then I got an email from the Silver Needle, and they had the whole kitted up. They just had the patterns all in one big bunch. Oh, Serenity Harbor. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. What am I doing? I'm losing my mind. You know I'm not afraid of a big project, right? We all know that, right? I should be scared. Because then, Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Joann Fabrics was having like free shipping or something. Everything, I don't know, dimensions on sale, free shipping. Everything's on sale, free shipping. And I do like a nice kit. Dimensions, Design Works, whoever, whatever. And back when I showed rural post office at Christmas, somebody said it in a comment, have you ever seen Route 66 Christmas? I think it's Route 66 Christmas Diner is the name of the pattern. You see, because I'm looking at it, right? Because I had to go look it up. I'm like, no, I didn't know that one. Isn't it beautiful? Doesn't it look exactly like something I would stitch? Oh, I love it. I love it. I know some people look at this and think, are you nuts? I just like to dig into a really meaty project. Like, seriously. Have some beads even. Oh, Lord. And you know, since I'm ordering one, why don't I order another big, huge kit that's on my had been, I took it off, my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list. Ooh, you get a good reflection of a reflection. See that? Let me see if I can do something. There we go. Not so bad. Oh, man. This is what first got me. It was these guys. Oh, somebody needs to send help. So I've gotten a lot done in the last few days. The FFOing, all very recently. I had a quilt a small wall hanging quilt that was done and needed a binding cut for it, but I had so much crap all over my sewing room that I kept thinking, just do the stuff that's laying out, the finishing, whatever needs done, just to don't just shove it all aside to cut the binding. And then last week, there was a little bit of panic cleaning. Is everybody familiar with that term? And if not, it should be pretty self-explanatory. I got a call that there was a contractor and he was going to be there soon and he needed to be like all up in my space, right? So I'm like, oh no. So I did the only thing I could do and I shoved everything everywhere, which cleaned off my work surface so I could finish put the binding on and do all the little detail work on, I forgot the pattern. Excuse me. I'll be right back because this is relevant. Look at Lori Holt's quilt while I'm gone. I bet I wasn't gone long enough for you to see as much of the quilt as you'd like. Lori Holt, Farm Girl Vintage, did it the year it came out when she did a quilt along on her blog. She picked which 2 blocks each week we should do. There it is. So I may have shown this before because I have done these before. This pattern is still available. Pieces from my heart. This pattern name is Burr. I looked it up. It's available. When I bought it at the time, it came with the charm pack that does this exact fabric charm pack. And I made it. I'll show you in a minute. And then I've made it several more times with seasonal charm packs. So my latest one is a summer one. Isn't he cute? Very cute. It's like a nautical charm pack. I've had it for a long time. Can't tell you what it is. But it doesn't use anything more than the charm pack. And then, of course, your backing and your binding. You add. There's instructions in there for making these out of fabric. That's fabric. I don't know. I've been using buttons. I've made some out of fabric. I go through my button box, see what I have, and do the details that way. So that's the summer one. That will go up. I have a spot out in the front hallway once you turn to head into this room where I have this picture hanging year-round. It was a Debbie Mum. I don't know what the name of it was. spirit all year long. I don't know. But each one of these represents the months of the year. This was a whip. I bought this the very first time I ever went to Silver Needle. It's done on a piece of blue Ada because that's what came in the kit. And I started it at some point, not right away. It was a long time. And I got part of it done. I had maybe this done. And I took it with me to Florida, and I just dedicated myself to as much of this white stitching and boring stitching as I could do. And at some point I finished it. It was probably one of my oldest whips, ignored, and I just plowed through and got it done because I don't like to not finish things. So this hangs out there, and underneath it hangs a seasonal snowman. So I needed a summer. I could not find my Halloween one. It must be put away in Halloween boxes, and those are in the basement, and I'm just not doing it. It's possible I showed it before. So this one is made with a snowman kind of charm pack. She's cute. This was the original one, made with the charm pack that it came with. I'm just looking at it. Oh, I just need to bend over again. I goofed when I made this one. This version is a row short at the top. I don't think it makes any difference at all. And then I made this one with a Valentine's charm pack. That was fun, making the mouth, like kind of match the colors. So I get those out and swap them around. And like I said, I have a Halloween one that's put away somewhere. Different. A lot of my quilts hang on skirt hangers in a coat closet, so I could pull those all out. So there. Those are the things I have done in the month of June. I have spent lots of money. I have accomplished lots of FFOing, that's monumental for me. And I made huge headway on pumpkins, finished Lakeside Lodge, made a gift, and FFO'd it. I think I can have the month of July. It'll feel okay to be a little slim in my stitching in July. After my daughter gets married, we're having there's family members coming back to our house and some more family members coming, so we'll have all of them here for a while. So it'll be busy. I don't think I'll stitch much in that stretch of time, but that's okay. It's important things that we're doing. And what else? I don't know. I don't think there's much else. It's hotter than you-know-what outside. Saturday we did a whole lot of yard workish stuff in the god-awful heat. Put our bathing suits on and got in the lake. So not a hard life, right? Not. Hope everybody's well. Can't think if there was anything else I intended to discuss. I don't know. So I'll be back after the wedding and the company disbands and that kind of stuff. So until then, I'll see ya.